Wait, this is also Lotto's. I have an idea. Let's go here. Let's see if she can give us anything. Got the card, ledge. It's an ID card. It belonged to a detective, and you're showing this to the lunch. This is called We Need to Figure Out Something. Oh, you know what? I was like, you know what we haven't done yet? Analyze this. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling. Looks like he stabbed himself peeling an apple. Also, does Edgeworth do the little bunnies? I've never been able to figure out how to do the bunnies, but I just imagine Edgeworth make the little bunnies and then just like biting the heads off. I fully believe him, see him doing that. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spent his weekends roughing it in the wild. What was it that I heard? I don't remember if it was in this. Oh, no, now I remember. Okay, so fun fact. I was reading Murder Road. I hated the book, by the way. I did not finish it. I had issues with it. But I think one of the things that they were saying is like, oh, yeah, a lot of people, like, drive with, like, it doesn't make sense that it's in the trunk, but they're like, a lot of people drive with, like, knives, in their trucks, so in case they get in an accident, they can, like, cut the, seatbelt off. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, was that a cop thing? No, I think it was the first suspect, or I guess the second suspect in that book. I don't recommend reading it, by the way. I struggled with it. It was not good. Here's the thing that I will say about Murder Road, and then we'll get back into this. Dick Gumshoe was smarter than them. Edgeworth. In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Now I just want man versus wild, but it's Edgeworth. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. He drinks tea and gets stalked by old lady security officer guards. Like, what about that is rugged outdoorsman? Now there's a scary thought. Okay. I don't think there's anything else. Okay. Okay, there has to be something else here then. Okay. I wonder if there's like, I can't imagine there being anything else in here. So whoa, what a view. It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. But if this is in Japan, like, 12 is not that high. Because, like, most of the buildings are tall and skinny because, you know, they need room. Incidentally, were you to jump at this window, the time until the impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. Why does it sound like she's gonna push us out the window? Oh, that's handy to know. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? Oh, what was that? It's a King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send the shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's... K stands for king! Yeah, got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of prosecutors? King like employee of the month, only better! That's kind, not king, but same thing. But, like, technically, I mean, I guess he's had to have had other cases outside of us, but he did lose every single one he went up against us for. Please stop saying that. Still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? I wonder if we present it to him. Hold on. Or if we examine it. Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma, I guess he must be a foreigner. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Von Karma someday. And she says that his name does kind of have a ring to it. Yeah, but his daughter is, the cooler Von Karma. Okay. Wonder if we present that to him. So basically this says you're the best of the best last year, huh? You could take that foolish grin elsewhere and write. Lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? And to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? Got more important things to worry about. I hate that stupid look on his face. I'm sorry, it just looks so stupid. Oh, right. Doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. I said it was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Come on, Eddie! Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing, a ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, Wright? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Who is this rock-ass lead-looking character? Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, but... is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premise? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir? Sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. Good luck with that race next month. Again, the prosecutors have so much, like, control over, like, their raises and whatnot. So, like, I'm just saying, like, the cops definitely are probably like, oh, we could put a prosecutor behind bars? Hell the fuck yeah. Sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Where's Dick Gumshoe? Right. Yes, sir. Caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Let's go to the police department. Who is the guy with like the freaking like what is that hair called? I can't think. Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far from the prosecutor's office? Beats me, that took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. Oof, that is probably a pricey taxi. The police department, oh. I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? And that's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you... Why don't we get that? That is what I want to see. God damn it. What? Well... Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Yeah, Gumshoe's back. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. Better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just the chief prosecutor to confess to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why's this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa. Chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way. You might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. And it kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only nice ranking people are being let into the criminal affairs now. And then the lowest ranking guy there is our chief of detectives. And they're not even letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? And the chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. And patrolman's in charge of the crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. I wonder if he could give us Goodman. That sounds familiar. My mistake. Didn't you work here? Oh, whoa, now I remember. And Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? So this ID card belonged to the victim. And he was a detective like myself. And Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? And well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. And it was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too, but Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is, Chief Prosecutor Scott called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much.
Wonder if he has anything. Hey, that's it. That's the King of the Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Yeah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? Why is it broken? Oh, and there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers must be because of the rumors.
I feel like there's nothing else we can ask Gumshoe, so... there has to be something else. Or we do this, because the fact that he's scuffed up. Huh, I was wondering about that. And what, the Dancing Blue Badger? That's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Gumshoe.
And the chief threw together some designs. I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
And it's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. And there's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Badger, fated to dance until he drops. I don't know if that explains why he is so, like, scuffed up. The usual wanted posters are hanging on the bulletin board. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. Never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. They're AI designed.
She has a point.
Detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, police drama in action.
Somehow the thought fails to excite me.
Looks like the patrolman, soon the other guy must be a detective, then is it... Why are we shipping everyone and everything? Okay. I don't know what else we could do. There was something I forgot to do, like an idiot. And found a Miss Edgeworth's car, stopped with Miss Edgeworth's name, huh? And we'll try Chief Prosecutor Scott to do such a thing. Wait, I didn't mean... I'm sure someone else really did it. And someone who must have, had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
We get that, and then we get this. And he's in a tough spot again.
Again?
He was accused of murdering a man. And well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. And listen, pal, there's always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. And forging evidence, making deals with witnesses, and nothing outright, but there was always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering, they're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. And well, Miss Edgeworth's always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. And it's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. And people say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. I understand now. Okay, so one of the things that I was looking at, I was trying to figure out if, even though this is, like, technically, like, part of the same, like, all the same thing, I was just, like, with specifically how Edgeworth was drawn, it didn't make sense. And I assumed that there would be, like, a whole different, like, prosecutor in the fact that they pulled Edgeworth in. And it was something I was looking at, and I was like, I was mainly trying to figure out if it was like, oh, it was made by a different company or something like that. Different, like, animation studio. And one thing that I saw that people had said, because then I was just, like, going through Reddit, people were actually like, oh, should I play it? Should I not? And they were saying that this does kind of fuck a little bit with Edgeworth's kind of like character growth, especially considering that he does say like, you know, oh, you know, prosecutor Miles Edgeworth commits suicide or chooses death. That's what it was, chooses death. And then you go through this where it's like, oh, if he's like, you know, getting all this shit, you know, like being all high and mighty and like a cocky little shithead, it kind of ruins that kind of self-discovery realization sort of thing, which is just interesting.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. And Miss Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is, what's his name? The guy in the parking lot.
And that'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police.
Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
I know Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe.
Why does it look like Gumshoe wrote something else on it? I'm very curious. I'd be surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there. No one look at you twice, pal.
I want to look at this thing so badly.
Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out.
Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe.
Let's see. Annual bonus $20. God.
This reminded me of my old job where our bonuses were piss. Like, my God.
Like, you could work there, like, all your life. Like, 20 plus years. And I think you got a max of $200. And then our, like, bonuses were, like, less than $1. Because I remember, like, in the States, like, you're not supposed to talk about, like, your raises because, like, they don't want you to know because they don't want you to be like, hey, we deserve more instead of the bullshit that you give us. Anyways, and I remember there was, like, rumors going around, everyone was like, oh my God, someone got, like, $1 raise. Can you believe it? And I just remember that, and I was like, oh my God,
I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right, at least in that detective's case.
Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator.
Sorry, just had to. I wanted to know what it said.
Okay, let's go back down to the parking lot. Also, the fact that they're like, hey, you can't be around here, partner, but then they're letting, like, a witness who's just like, fuck prosecutors, just hang out.
Looks like the investigation is still going.
I have to be getting back to the shop.
Sorry, looks like I'm stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my... Boom.
Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too.
What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambino? Hey, you're looking a little doggy. It's lost its heart. Jake Marshall. A strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene.
Especially because he keeps shaving his beard and letting his hair get all over the fucking crime scene. It's almost like you want us to believe that, you know, your DNA should be there. And it's like, oh, it's just Jake pulling a weird ass thing of his when he's just contaminating the crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Scene of the crime. Cold grave for men who lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harshest judgment. Oh God, I lost how to do his voice.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest?
There's something I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So he's not going to say anything else until we give him this.
Would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon.
It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe.
That old cow dog.
What the fuck is a cow dog? Like, I feel like half this shit is just made up.
Holding a birthday party or something. Huh?
Look, where it should say letter of introduction is his invitation.
I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here?
And no worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Ah, yes. Misspellings. I guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Yeah, which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Well, let's have a hootin', Nanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore.
I wonder if he'll say anything.
Could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner.
Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? And Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me to tell.
I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr,
who we left at the crime scene even though we're like, y'all can't be here. One stab to the chest, fine piece of work. Wait, she said stomach. She said stomach. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? And they apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So, there's no motive.
Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective.
That's one reason why he didn't do much work with...
That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. And my sister called the victim out here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not the detective.
You calling me out, they shoot you for that in Texas. You're either from LA or Louisiana. I can't tell which it's supposed to be.
Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoot detectives for 2 years to get to tell you the truth.
Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets past you, does it, Bambina?
So, why are you in charge?
No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye on in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. You leave Gumshoe alone. He's a detective, and you're not even a detective. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth.
Cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation.
Let's see. Prospector's private C came in to try real slow like. Tried? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later.
So it seems like Chief Prospector was lying in wait, maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is the killer intended to use Edward's car all along. That don't give us nothing. Okay. 4 and 530. Chest wound, though. See if we show him this. Alright, compadre, count to 3, huh? Gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me to never to visit Texas. Yeah, don't. Toy shield, shoot that boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? Toy knife, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. They have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it, they got even cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. I don't think we got much else to do. Okay, so let's do a quick little looky-loo. Not that. I'm gonna keep talking with a southern accent, and we're just gonna take like a little look around and see. Okay, so I think we got everything. I do want to go talk to... Damn, she ain't even here. Okay. We're gonna figure this out. You know what I forgot? We can now look over here to this fun little bit. Oh, what's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. You're right. 67S122. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for detective reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what it means either. Let's get the phone. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Of course. Right, let's check it out. Huh, this phone screen's still on the redial screen. Redial. Mr. Wright, I was trying to keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number. Why is there no end call button? Last number you displayed. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. We have a phone. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this last phone call was. Note this up. A defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, that song. I know that. Hey, what's going on over here? Sorry. I see you, partner. Press redial on that phone there, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? It belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that. Oh. No, I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Oh, I've sighted the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman.
So she called us. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's side is the side of Bambina, meaning condolences.
Are they forgetting that we have won several cases against Edgeworth? And also a case against Manfred motherfucking von Karma, who literally brought evidence in to accuse himself. Officer Marshall.
Yes, Bambina.
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will? Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? It was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person. Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What you're saying is... Wait. What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. And maybe there's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere and everybody knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth?
So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana is still confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma?
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. The detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here.
And we'll learn more next time. I know this was a long episode, or at least like a long day one. I did see people say that like, this one is kind of a long episode. So I'm gonna say a preemptive thank you for sticking around through the whole thing, if you do. We're gonna get into the trial next time. I'll see y'all then. Bye.